43 days before Heath Ledger's Joker performance in The Dark Knight became a masterpiece, something changed in Heath Ledger's life. The cameras still flashed, fans still cheered. Everything looked normal. But behind one quiet hotel room door in London, a different story had already begun. Heath never felt comfortable being the perfect star. People saw confidence. He felt pressure. During interviews, he smiled, but his eyes often looked tired, as if he was somewhere else. In private notes, he wrote about wanting to break away from the image that followed him everywhere. So he stepped out of the spotlight for a while. No red carpets, no crowds, just a small room, closed curtains, and a notebook filled with strange sketches and ideas. That room became a creative laboratory. He tested new voices, new laughs, new ways of moving. Slowly, a character began to appear, darker, unpredictable, impossible to ignore. Friends later said his energy felt different during that time. Focused, restless, always searching. As December turned into January, the days moved faster. Sleep became harder to find. Thoughts stayed awake long after the lights went out. These were the final 6 weeks, not just the making of a performance, but the story of a man trying to prove something to himself. The world would soon celebrate the result. What few people saw was the quiet cost behind the transformation. Real transformation often begins in silence, when you step away from the version of yourself the world expects. Heath's journey reminds us that success on the outside does not always mean peace on the inside. Talent can open doors, but inner balance is what helps you walk through them without losing yourself. Maybe the real lesson isn't about fame or failure. Maybe it's about that quiet moment when you realize the world knows your name, but you're still trying to understand yourself. We all reach a point where we feel pushed to become a version of us that others expect. And sometimes we go so far trying to prove who we are that we forget to ask if we are okay inside. This story reminds me that chasing greatness should never mean abandoning your own peace. The strongest transformation isn't becoming someone new. It's learning how to return to yourself gently, honestly, and without losing your light along the way. If any part of this story felt familiar to you, if you've ever chased something so hard that you forgot to check in with yourself, you're not alone. Tell me, which moment stayed with you the most? If you're not following the Imaginarium, you'll probably never see us again. But if you are, you're growing every day.